Broad market analytics. Measuring supply and demand. One of the most common mistakes in marketing is not measuring demand early enough. The easiest way to correct this is with keyword research, using tools such as Google Keyword Planner, Jungle Scout, AMZ VOL, etc. Here we have a chart. It's listed with keywords, searches, and competition. As an example, in tech marketing is under a keyword, with searches of 262, competition is 23, and then we have digital marketing management, searches 331, competition 25, get customers, 373 for searches, 25 for competition, advertising copywriting 310, competition 27. Then we have management consultant marketing 320, competition 29. Here you can also see the hottest one, which is marketing for restaurants. That the searches are 1,011 and the competition is 33. This shows you that the market opportunity for someone looking to supply marketing services to restaurants is great. Look at how well the comparable products are selling. We also have a chart on products using tools such as Jungle Scout or your own historical records. Using Google Keyword Planner to see how many people are searching for a solution to the problem you sell. Google Trends can help if you expect demand to grow or shrink. Some marketplaces, such as Udemy, will provide tools that give an estimate on both the demand and the supply. Market share. The market share is a measure of how much of the market your company owns. Typically, you'd measure this in terms of revenue. So let's say that in total, customers spend $50 million on web design services in your city. If you generate $1 million, you have a market share of 1 in 50. It's important also to recognize that trends may be more important than the actual data. You may spend a lot of time and resources collecting key metrics such as market share, purchase intent, and brand awareness. But as far as decision-making is concerned, trends and predictions may be more important. Below, you can see data to purchase intent, the probability that people will buy a given product. For instance, purchase intent, there's 3%, 2.5%, and 2%. Purchase intent from a competitor might be 1%, 1.5%, or 2%. Changing purchase intent. You consider this case, your competitor didn't seem like a threat at first because he only had a 1% purchase intent compared to your 3%. However, when your purchase intent starts trending downward to 2%, it may not in itself be a cause for concern, but the overall trend is very concerning. Your purchase intent has been declining steadily, while your competitors has risen steadily. So if everything stays the same, you'll be in rough shape the next period. In Excel, all you need to do is select the cells of 1%, 1.5%, and 2%, and then drag to the cell on the right to get the forecast of what will happen. Excel automatically does do a regression to predict the future. You can see this if you're doing nothing. The competitor's purchase intent will have risen to 3%. Here's the sad part. Even if you do something to correct the trend, you'll probably get the same result. Why? Because there is a lag between what you do and the results you get. The problem is further complicated by the fact that the data you have took a long time to get collected, so it's not even real time. That's why trends are so important to follow. You can't just look at historic data. You need to make decisions now based on where you think the market will be in the future. On this particular one, we have a macro level. You may want to look at a secondary research from resources like Mentel. They can tell you where consumer preferences are trending. This will allow you to start planning new product features like advertising and so on. Competitive analysis. Fortunately, there are lots of ways to get competitive information. Use tools like Crayon to track competitors. Use tools also like SpyFu, Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush, or Moz to identify competitors based on their online content and advertising strategies. Look at category groupings on reviews such as G2, Campterra, Yelp, or Google Reviews. Hire people to research for you on Upwork or Fiverr. Review other organizations' web presence with tools like SimilarWeb. Review your existing data and identify who you're losing deals to. Does anything unite the deals you lose to specific competitors, like the size or the industry, for example? Well, first, look at the competitive advantage each competitor has. Competitive advantage basically boils down to just two things. Number one, economies of scale. And number two, customer captivity, like the churn rate. Estimate economies of scale by collecting data on your competitors, such as the number of employees, revenue, venture capital funding, and social media followers. If you aggregate all of these, you can get a sense of their scale. Another thing to consider to assess customer captivity. You want to look at things like subscription models, cancellation penalties, customization packages, and personalization options for their products. All these options make it more difficult for customers to leave. In other words, your competitors make it more difficult for you to capture their market share. After looking at competitive advantage at the economic level, I then look at competitors in terms of market strategy. Here, you want to look at things like what targets customers the competitors are going after and how they are communicating value to these customers. Look at their websites to see which verticals, the industries, they are targeting. Look at how they talk about their value proposition. You will get a sense of the positioning they are trying to secure in the market. The third level I look at is tactical. Look at their pricing, packaging, product features, functionality, and anything else that could be relevant, such as advertisements. The analysis could be endless. However, so you want to stay focused on the top competitors you've identified. Review sites and discussions with your prospects, they're often gold mines for this kind of information. By talking to people who have been through sales cycles with other companies, you can start to get a sense of where they focus and what they pitch as their value proposition. If you're lucky, you might even get a sense of how they respond to your product offering and can start to shore up your position against those objectives. Here's an example of how to analyze competitors. We have a chart with competitor, domain authority, site traffic rank, rating, positioning from reviews, ease of use, and specific product weaknesses. So in the chart, we have competitor A with 47 for the domain authority, 100,000 for traffic, 4 for the rating. Positioning, we have intuitive, and 6.5 for ease of use. And then also specific product weakness, we have ×2, which is more expensive. Competitor B, we have domain of 37, site traffic rank 500,000, rating of 3.0. They're fast and easy in the positioning. The ease of use is a 10, and it doesn't integrate to Salesforce. That's a specific product weakness. Then we have competitor C. Their domain authority is 55, site traffic 900,000, rating 4.9. They're under positioning from reviews as affordable. Ease of use 5.5. Specific product weakness is low internal adoption. There are many tools such as SEO, Moz, and G2, that crowd that provide you quantitative and qualitative data that allow you to assess your competitors and better understand your positioning.